Hey, I'm Giselle, and in this video we're going to mostly focus on every character's ultimate abilities, ultimate momentum abilities, which you unlocked after a very tedious and long journey. But I did it. There's also going to be a quick overlook of my builds on every single one of my characters. You're free to check it out at the end of the video. And with that said, let's dive into it. So the very first one we're going to talk about is Nightwing. And Nightwing's ability is to release a beam of light out of his chest. This man is such a show-off. But what it does is it actually stuns people in a certain radius. It's not crazy, but it's actually so wide that even if people are behind you, they'll get affected by that. But it doesn't last longer than a normal stun you would get out of a random weapon, which is unfortunate. And well, the good thing about that particular, I'll say, even if it's not crazy, it can reach people from afar. And because it requires momentum, and well, Nightwing is kind of broken when it comes to gathering momentum. You can just keep backflipping, triple flipping, quadrupling, flipping, like you do you, and eventually you get enough to make it happen. And what I usually do is I use my nest and then activate my speed boost to be able to reach people, and then it's like I'm breakdancing. Like this is a Batman game. I mean, it's not a Batman game, but this is a Gotham game, and the things you do is actually crazy. So you're able to stun people, and because it's so easy for Nightwing to get a lot of momentum really fast, you can spam that easily. But the damage isn't crazy. Like, I wish it was actually a damaging ability, but it's not that kind. It really shines, pun intended, when you are surrounded on all sides by every enemy, and then you pop your speed boost and you can just go right left, gaining even more momentum, allowing you to spam it one more time. That's how it works, and I figured that that's the best way to use it, because there isn't much value out of just getting out of a tricky situation, at least for me. But I feel like all those other tools he has are better than this one. But you know what? He's such a show-off, he has to show you that he's Nightwing.
Here we go!
So it isn't the craziest ability, but because it's Nightwing and you're able to use it so easily multiple times, it's fine. It just works, right? It's okay. It doesn't have to be overpowered. So it works. It suits him. Now, on to the next one. Every time I see Robin, I go, Robin-chan, like Sanji in One Piece. But more seriously, Robin is able to project a holographic demon on his body. Like, he didn't transform, he's just using technology again to make it so that he appears like a demon. And all those abilities, every single ultimate momentum abilities, have the potential to scare people away. And in Robin's case, he gains the ability to, his critical damage is increased while he's in this state, and the chances of him landing a critical are also increased. That's basically what he does. Yeah, people can also get scared and run away. So this ability by itself is not crazy. Yeah, it's pretty lame. Except if you make a build while taking into account your critical damage and the chances of you landing a critical damage, then this ability becomes very good. And Robin is the elemental king, in my opinion. He can deal like a lot of damage to enemies which are already affected by an elemental effect. And usually what I do is I make it rain using my slingshot, which has ice. And because they are frozen, they're going to take even more damage to the point if you're not, I'll say, a very strong enemy, you're going to die in 3 hits. 2 if those criticals hit twice. And it is crazy. Like you can see me easily one-shotting those guys, and those guys are no joke. Those guys they are really strong. But because my chances are when I'm in this state, my critical damage is may be as high as 400%, or I don't even know, 400% or even 500%. Because I also have those things in the background working for me. I mean, not 500%, that's a bit much, but I should be very close to 400% damage, which makes it so that I can kill people very fast, especially when you use your, that ability he has when he's making his staff spin. That one, when the enemies are frozen, it will deal so much damage. You can't even imagine. And because you can also use your nanobots to set them on fire, it's like fire, ice, and bada boom, bada bing bam boom. They're going to melt. So this ability can become very good if you can build a reliable build around it. With that said, on to the next one. You know what I love the most about the game? The fact that every single character plays different. I mean, not entirely different, but to a certain degree, but oh my god, yeah. So let's talk about that ability he has, which is, in my opinion, the worst one. He rushes forward. Whenever you actually activate his momentum ability, he's going to rush forward and he's going to hit every single thing in his path. Now, aiming that thing is difficult, is tricky, and sometimes even if you land it properly, he may go sideways for some reason, right? And it's almost impossible to land it if you are fighting a very mobile enemy. It's like, forget about it. So what I do usually is I use my 2 buffs, the one which makes it so that I gather some damage, and then the other one which makes it so that my melee damage is increased, because it's technically a melee, a melee rush, I think. So that's what I do. I use those 2 simultaneously, and if the requirements for you to land it is really hard. I feel like that's the biggest thing holding that ability down, is actually make it so that you hit people. But he has so many tools that I really question using that ability in the first place, because what's the point of using it if you are going to end up missing 9 times out of 10? Maybe not 9, but it's very close to being 9 times out of 10. Even in the perfect scenario, like where everybody is lined up, he's going to like, why? Why did you do that to my boy? Like, I wasn't expecting something crazy, but at least I want something which works, right? Like, to make it work, you really want to be surrounded on all sides. That way, when it actually connects, there is that little bit of satisfaction, like, I did it. It did nothing, but I did it. But yeah, it's not crazy, but I can easily see that happen, being very good when people are, when you are surrounded, because you can also use that to get out of, whatever. It's like to get the fuck out of jutsu. You just get out of there as fast as you can. But again, he has so many other tools that I don't think this is necessary, especially because it's so hard to use. My oh my, they did my boy wrong, but they did my girl. She's the good. So what she does is she's going to summon an army of bats all the way from the Batcave to protect her. It's like a shield, a moving shield, and every single time someone tries to get close to you, she's going to be like social distancing. You cannot get close to Batgirl in this state, and it actually damages people trying to get near her. And in some instances, it can stop bullets. It's like those bats are ready to take a bullet for you. Oh man, they did her right, and I feel like it's by far the best ability in the game. I mean, the best momentum. I mean, the best ultimate ability. I mean, no, the best ultimate momentum ability in the game. Jesus Christ.
I expect no less.
The way I use that ability is by first buffing myself. That way I can deal extra damage, especially extra elemental damage. Right now I'm not using an elemental weapon, so it's not going to see the build up, but it is significant. I buff myself and then I pop my army, and I'm the one woman army. Do you see what's happening? It's like You can never go wrong, and because it's so simple to use and so easy to you just have to play the same way you played before. There's no it's like night and day between her ability and knighthood's, because you have to actually aim it. Like you suffered to gather those momentum bars, and now you have to spend it and then you miss. But guess what? Batgirl never misses. She never misses, even though she is a miss. I'm going to shut. I'm like by far it's the best ability in the game. Like, come on, it's not even close. It's not even remotely going to be able to be close. Whenever you use that ability, you want to be super aggressive. You don't want to use it on one enemy, except maybe if you want to bully them, because I don't see the point. Like, this is kind of mean. If you do that, you are mean. But yeah, in case you are surrounded and you feel like, especially in very hard missions, those one can be really hard if you don't have the proper tools. Enemies are very aware. They can dodge pretty much everything you do. Some are very far away and they shoot at you. So in that scenario, yeah, it definitely shines, because you're able to get close and close the distance and then kill those guys. I mean, not kill, we don't kill them supposedly, but yeah, you're able to deal a lot of damage very fast, and I love it. I really do. You know, what I loved about the game is the fact that they try to make 4 different characters with 4 different playstyle, and I love it, because it wasn't just trying to make something for the sake of making something. They really feel different in the way they play. Every time I try to play with Nightwing, I don't even care about what's happening. I'm just breakdancing, backflipping, jumping on people's head. When I play Red Hood, I don't even care about dodging. I'm just standing in front of everybody. I'm like, hit me. Like, I dare you, I double dare you, I triple dare you, hit me. And then I play Robin, I'm like, I'm freezing, firing, and trying to, I'm doing things. And then Batgirl is like, she's the tank, she can dive like Batman and drop, and then she can go in the air and then land that, she's like, I mean, yeah, I think they did a good job when it comes to how different the characters feel. Even the traversal abilities, some are pretty lame and some are really good. But yeah, it's like there's a little bit of something for everybody, and I just love it. Maybe tell me how you use those abilities and what are the best ones for you. And now we're going to have a look at my builds, because no matter how good or bad an ability is, it wouldn't matter if you don't have the proper build around it to make it work. So for every single character, I have something peculiar I do. Based on my playstyle and how my character plays, for example, for Red Hood, I have the ability to always get health upon landing a critical, which means I can stand there in the middle of everybody shooting at me, hitting me, and be like, again, hit me, bro. I don't care. But with Batgirl, I'm trying different things right now. I'm trying ice and also just a regular tonfa. I mean, tonfa? Is that how you call it? The weapon she's using. I'm trying different ones to see what actually works best for her. But yeah, I feel like the biggest problem with Batgirl in particular is her health. She doesn't have a lot of health, so if you can make a build which can make it so that she can get more health whenever she defeats people, or whenever she can also land a critical, is going to help her a lot, because she doesn't have the health. But you know what? We don't care, because she's the good. Like, okay, right. When it comes to Robin, I feel like he is the most balanced character in the game. He can do pretty much anything, whether it's stealth or just being super aggressive. I use a staff, a regular one, which deals a lot of damage. You can see my critical damage is at 117%, and that's on the low, without anything else activated. Without my buff, whenever enemies are affected by elemental, like something which is like fire or ice or electricity, that's when those builds actually shine. That's why I said that you have to really it's about your playstyle and you really want to dive into that to make the most out of it. And I'm going to make more builds now to just help you figure it out too. I'm Jiso, and I hope you liked the video and enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to again increase my personal power, level power. And I'll see you soon, very soon.